Singapore, a city with limited space, yet with endless opportunities. The city-state only covers about 720 square kilometers, less the size of Greater London, and is yet one of the most productive, green, and environmentally friendly cities. One side of Singapore is covered in beautiful and wild rainforests, while the other side is covered in massive, arching skyscrapers. These opposites are not miles apart in Singapore. They live right next to each other. They belong together. To make this happen, everything has to be planned very carefully because of the limited space. This is all done by the URA, Urban Redevelopment Authority. The URA was founded in 1974 and has been in action ever since. Their aim is to plan the use of land and conserve the nature in Singapore. Their mission is to make Singapore a great city to live, work, and play. We strive to create a vibrant and sustainable city of distinction by planning and facilitating Singapore's physical development in partnership with the community. The URA's responsibilities lie in land use planning, development control, and urban design. URA planners devise long-term strategies for the use of land. They are also responsible for the urban design of the city. This means the URA does not only focus on individual buildings, but also deals with the larger scale of planning and designing an entire city with the goal of making it functional, sustainable, and attractive. Most of Singapore's biggest projects yet have been planned by the URA, such as the Singapore River area, Orchard Road, and Marina Bay. The URA is responsible for the entire construction of Singapore. The URA began as a Urban Renewal Unit, URD, in 1964 as part of the Housing Development Board, HDB. Then, in 1974, the URA was formed. Their mission? To make Singapore a great city. Their priority, even now, remains the same: making the best use of the resources to ensure a balance between economic growth, a good quality of life, and built environment. Even after 50 years of independence, planners are continuing to revolutionize. The URA, for example, transformed the drains, canals, and reservoirs into clean rivers and lakes winding through parks and park connectors where anyone can relax and enjoy the beauty. Another great example is Marina South. Marina South is home to Gardens by the Bay and Marina Barrage. Garden by the Bay connects nature and mankind in a fascinating and intriguing way. Overall, there are 18 of these unique trees. Over 162,900 plants comprise more than 200 species. There are species from Brazil, Panama, Ecuador, and Costa Rica. These super trees do not only look nice, but have environmentally sustainable functions. Some trees have photovoltaic cells on the canopies to harvest solar energy for lighting up the trees. Marina Barrage, also located in Marina South, is a reservoir in the heart of the city, combining functionality and pleasure. With a catchment area 1/6 the size of Singapore, Marina Catchment is the largest and most urbanized one in Singapore. Marina Barrage has 3 benefits: water supply, flood control, and lifestyle attraction. Marina Barrage is a dam built across the Marina Channel to keep out seawater. This creates a new and fresh source of water supply for the citizens. The dam also helps stop from water flooding the low-lying areas, such as Chinatown and Geylang. The constant water levels are ideal for all kinds of activities, such as kayaking and dragon boating. Marina Barrage itself also serves for all kinds of fun, such as relaxing in the sunshine or flying a kite. All this has been planned and helped designed by the URA. The URA has made Singapore what it is today, and without it, Singapore would still be a small little fishing village. It is not only the planning of the entire city, but also the individual buildings, which make Singapore a beautiful city. These buildings are the connection between mankind and nature, and much has been done to make this connection as good as possible. One of these buildings is Park Royal. Park Royal is a hotel and covered in greenery. Its design allows for 15,000 square meters of plants and grass, around double the area of the site. The hotel is beautiful, but that is not its only primary purpose. It is not easy being eco-friendly when running a hotel like Park Royal, but it uses up no energy at all. Solar panels on the roof makes this Singapore's first zero-energy sky garden. About 680 households could be powered by the annual energy savings. 32.5 Olympic-sized pools saved through conserving water annually, and 20% of external heat transfer is reduced by the lush greenery. Furthermore, Park Royal is built using green construction system, which optimizes building efficiency. Another factor to consider is the heat. The use of trees and plants creates natural shade and therefore limits the use of air conditioning. This saves up a lot of energy. In a study, it shows that approximately half of the energy consumption in hotels is from air conditioning. One of the most well-known and influential architecture companies closely working together with the URA is RSP Architects, Planners and Engineers. Over 50 years, RSP has designed and developed innovative and creative designs for buildings. They do not only focus on the design itself, but also our expertise in the fields of master planning, urban design, engineering and interior design. Mr. Chen works at RSP and is responsible for the design of buildings and other applications, such as parks and green spaces.
Now we are talking about saving energy, making it more humane, socially inclusive. So anything that is somehow more relevant, to the common people. So it's not just to a certain segment of the people. So we are opening up to a whole, the whole area. The focus is very much into what is unique about the building. What does it do? Is it a meaningful project? Park Royal is a good example, but at the same time, if you look at Park Royal, it's not unique in the sense that because you see similar kind of typology evident in even the most humble HDB block. You see that HDB block is actually designed with that intent in mind. Except HDB block doesn't have the grand gesture of producing such a tall space in the lower floor. I think when we talk about nature, we always have to be careful that is it sustainable? Is nature itself fit? Does it fit into the scheme naturally and having its own place in time without being cared for by the person who owns the space, you know? So if that is the way nature can be taken into consideration, I feel that then there is some degree of success in the project. I think so. As long as you don't tamper with nature too much. I mean, the classic example is the golf course. You go to, say, Singapore Island Country Club. What do you see there? You see nice field, you see nice grass. All seems very wonderful. But those are like so man-made, right? It's not natural. There's not even a harmonious feeling about you being there. But not far away, you come to MacRitchie. Then you go into MacRitchie, you see the difference, right? And you see the way people become very small in that kind of setting. Yeah? And the forest becomes the king, the giant in that setting. And that's the harmony that you want to see yourself with nature. You must always be like that, and the nature must be always like that. You cannot be like that, nature like that. So I guess at the end of the day, a building can still sit within a setting of nature.
Singapore spends a lot of effort on planning their projects very carefully to ensure that there is a good balance between nature and mankind. This has all mostly been done by the URA. Without the URA, Singapore would not be what it is today. It would not be one of the most wonderful, environmentally friendly and picturesque cities. Singapore and nature. There still is beautiful nature in Singapore, but how long will it last? Will the harmony between nature and mankind stay balanced? Or will it tip? The next episode will focus on Singapore's nature and the endless struggle between nature and mankind. It will also discover the past of Singapore's nature and what may happen in the future.